Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If there is something that has brought Oburu Oginga down and has made him lose his reputation, is the ouster of Edwin Sifuna as the SG of the party. And you know, ODM party was most of the time dominated by the youths. 75% of the ODM party was made by the youths or dominated by the youths. And those are the people who Raila used to work with in the rallies, in protests, in voting, and in anything he wanted to do. Now, because Oburu Oginga tried to remove Edwin Sifuna and it backfired. Reason being, Edwin Sifuna stood for the right of the people and he was fighting for the benefit of the ordinary mwananchi. Oburu Oginga and his camp fought for his removal as the SG of the party. And I want to tell you something. It is high time for Oburu Oginga and his camp to stop lying to themselves and go back to Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino's camp, join together as ODM party. The second thing they will have to do after joining together and coming as one is ensuring they stabilize their strongholds by bringing their supporters together to stop this narrative of Oburu faction and Sifuna faction, or the one-term faction and the two-term faction. That is not what should be going on in ODM. The thing they should do is to ensure they unite their supporters to come together as one, so that after that they can go ahead and make a decision on if they have to support William Ruto. Then the negotiations will have to be good and strong. But you know, right now, if Oburu Oginga and his camp gets into negotiations with William Ruto, I want to tell you, nothing will happen there as negotiations. And 6th May this year, William Ruto had set a deadline to the ODM party, that is the faction led by Oburu Oginga, that 6th May is their last day of engaging in negotiations. After which, if that day passes, then he will have to make another move. And I want to tell you a very nice thing about that decision of William Ruto. William Ruto had realized that Oburu Oginga's camp is not offering anything or is not bringing anything to the table. And now he wants to ensure he pockets Oburu Oginga and his camp and join the other camp that has the votes of the ODM party, that is the Edwin Sifuna camp, because he had realized Oburu Oginga and his camp are not offering anything. So he wants the Edwin Sifuna camp and Babu Owino to come together and strengthen that their camp so that they can get into negotiations and enable William Ruto get the votes of the ODM supporters. And the other reason why William Ruto wanted to ensure that Edwin Sifuna was removed from the ODM party as the SG is because he wanted the Babu Owino and Sifuna camp to strengthen and centralize the opposition, because he doesn't want to face Rigathi Gachagua directly. That is what William Ruto fears the most, because he knows Rigathi Gachagua can turn this country into something else within a second. So for him, because he cannot fight Rigathi Gachagua directly. And you know very well that Rigathi Gachagua is above him in terms of convincing the masses, and Rigathi Gachagua is above him in terms of making the crowd understand the things going on in the country which are bad and does not favor the ordinary mwananchi. So William Ruto wants Babu Wino's camp to be the strongest opposition, so that as he will be making negotiations, or as he will be going into competition with them, he knows he's facing an opposition or competitor whom he can get in terms with, and he can even attack them in rallies. Rigathi Gachagua, I tell you, William Ruto cannot attack Rigathi Gachagua in rallies. Rigathi Gachagua, you know, if there is a problem he also did, is that he impeached Rigathi Gachagua when Rigathi Gachagua had already found the ground. Rigathi Gachagua was already with the people because he refused to support the finance bill, which also the Gen Zs were against. And that is the point where William Ruto did a mistake. And I know he's wondering how Rigathi Gachagua has ensured that he still remains in the political arena and he is still politically considered by the people. It is because Rigathi Gachagua, one time, he had stood with the people of this country against the bad that was to affect them. So if Oburu Oginga can get back and join with the Babu Owino camp to come together as ODM, then unite their supporters, that with that, they will be able to stand as a party. But if they continue this way, I'm telling you, nothing will be there like ODM party after 2027 general elections. Absolutely nothing. ODM party will not be a party after 2027 general elections. And you know, another problem which I know very well, the Oburu Oginga camp cannot leave the broad-based government because they've received that money. And you know, Oburu Oginga has even found the real taste of that money. So for him, even if ODM will be dwindling, I'm telling you, Oburu Oginga cannot afford to leave broad-based government. He will not. And I've seen the president trying to give them that deputy president seat. You know, William Ruto is not a fool. He's very genius. He's saying that kama watu wameamua. Sasa, the thing the people should do to him is just to help him get the deputy president between Oburu Oginga, Gladys Wanga, Abdul Swambad Nasir, and Simba Arati. And that is the best decision William Ruto has made to ensure that this ODM camp loses that deputy president position. And I want to tell you how. This deputy president position, it is being fought for by Hassan Joho, Abdul Swamad also, Gladys Wanga wants it, Oburu Oginga wants it, Simba Arati wants it. No one will accept that I want to step down for so and so to take the deputy president position. None of them will accept that. And that is the point where William Ruto is going to navigate easily and go make a U-turn and say that because I wanted to give you that seat, but you've turned to be in a war against yourselves, now I cannot give it to you. Let me give it to this person, and he will return it back to Kithure Kindiki. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this podcast. And if you've watched it and you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like our videos, comment and share. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your continued support to our work in this channel.